Okay, right now, Story is dressed in her everyday gear. It's her head halter. Okay, told her to lay down. Okay, her head halter, she can and does take it off. It is super loose, as you can see. It's not to stop her from biting or anything. The only thing, see, she'll pull it off like that whenever she wants. The only reason we have it is because she is a big sniffer. So if we cross paths with somebody else who has a dog at home and she smells the dog on that person, she'll stick her nose out and sniff that person, or she'll sniff the carpeting wherever we're at. So it kind of holds her back from sniffing too much and to maintain some control. Okay, I like this leash because this clasp is a little more lightweight than some of the other ones that I have, and it's just a black leash. That's the tag on it. The head halter has a snap right here. It comes off like that. And what I like about it is that it attaches to her harness. So when she does take it off, her leash is attached to right here. So even if she takes it off, I still have her on leash. Okay, so I'm taking this off. This is, let me see, walk-in train. I have some other ones too, I'll show you. Her vest is from the program that trained her. So if you're gonna ask me, where can you buy a vest like hers? I have no idea. I don't know where they get their supply from, but I bought this vest kind of because it matches her spots, and a different vest, hold on, this one. So she's got those two vests that she wears. This is how the program vest comes, with that patch and the program patch on it. These other patches, I bought these on Etsy, I think, and I put those on her. I sewed them on. Story does not wear this vest. This is a vest from my retired service dog. You can see it has no patches on it, but it has this, it's kind of tight on her because she's bigger than my retired service dog who passed away. But there's a place to put poop bags and a giant pocket and all kinds of stuff. But this vest was made by River Dog Gear, who has a Facebook page. If you look up River Dog Gear, there's just so many options, and that vest is very high quality. She's smelling Pretty Girl, my other dog that passed away. But River Dog Gear, they make all kinds of colors, sizes, accessories, anything you could need. I highly recommend them if you're going to have a custom vest made. This is another vest that I used for my dog, my service dog that passed away. It's very lightweight. It's great for in the summer because it's not so hot. I sewed these things on there so I could stick patches on there. That one already came on it. It has a couple zipper pouches, and then here are some of the patches that I have. And this is the program that paid for my first dog's training. TADSAW stands for Train a Dog, Save a Warrior. Okay, so this, I just unbuckle it like that and pull it over the top of her head. And I put Velcro on her harness. Right there is one side of the Velcro, and right here is the other side. I sewed it underneath her vest so that when she's wearing it, it keeps it from sliding to the side, because before her vest would slide around on her harness like way over there or way over there. So it just keeps it centered and secure. Her harness, it's padded, and it comes with buckles on the top on each side, and it has buckles back here on each side. When I take her vest off and on, I always just take it from these buckles and I pull it over her head, and that's it. So that's what it looks like when it's not on her. And I made sure that I got something that was going to be padded and not rub on her and hurt her. This is where I got her padded vest from. This is the price that I paid for her harness. It was in July of 2018. And I got her 2 of these that are different sizes. The one you saw, and a thicker one that she wears only on certain occasions. Hold on, I'll show you that one. Okay, so the one on the right is the one she wears every day, and the one on the left is the one that I use when I take her outside and it's raining in the backyard, because I don't care if it gets wet or messed up, or if I take her to the lake or somewhere I know she's going to get dirty or wet. I'll use this thicker one because I don't want to mess up the one she wears every day. She wears this one every day because it's more lightweight for her, and I don't want her to carry around a lot of weight every day. Okay, so that's her wearing the thicker one. What I like about these vests is that they have a loop on the back and the loop on the front, so you can attach the leash wherever you want. Okay, the collar that she wears every day, I replaced the original one that I got with her because it was heavier. I got this one at PetSmart. Let me see if it has the brand on it. Here it is. Top Paw. It's a lot more lightweight than her other one, and this is a silencer to go around her tags. The name is worn off of it, but I bought it on Amazon. It's cloth, it's got Velcro, and it just wraps around her rabies and ID tag. Keep her quiet. Like if I go to a movie or we're going in and out to go to the bathroom, then everybody doesn't hear her tags rattling against each other. This is the original collar that she had, and her collars always just slip over her head because the collar is only for identification. I never attach a leash to it. It's only to carry her ID. So her collars are always loose. This is the harness that she had when I got her from the program. I think I have this on right. The other color goes down there. The harness I have now goes down between her legs. This one just went straight across her shoulders. We don't use it anymore. I like the one that goes between her legs, but that's what this one is. Story stand? Stand? I think that's how it goes. I can't remember. So that is the chest piece. And I think that's the one that goes on top. I can't remember. This is a harness and a leash that I got her, and I didn't really like the way it looked with her vest because the pink and the camouflage didn't go together. But we use this for going to the lake. That's the name of the company I got it from, Blue 9. But it's got the one down the back with the thing for the clasp, and then it's got this one in the front. And it goes down between her legs, which is the style I prefer. And then this leash has 2 of these metal rings. So you can fold this over and attach it to there, or you can wrap it around your body and attach it to there and use it for hands-free. That's that one. Okay, the orange one is my hands-free leash of choice. I believe it's a Kurgo. The tag It says play on it, but I think it's a Kurgo, Kurgo. And the reason I like it is because this clasp right here, you can attach it. Each one of these is a little space where you can attach it. And they are sewn all along. So they go all the way around. It's completely adjustable to any size you want it. And they even go all the way up to here. So this is the best one. The only thing I don't like about it is that orange is the only color that I could get it in at the time. I would rather have a black or gray. So, but that is a really good hands-free leash that I recommend. This is another hands-free leash that I have, and it's got a few different clasps or rings, I mean. I don't like this as much because this clasp is pretty heavy, but this leash is reflective, highly reflective. So if I were to take her for a walk at nighttime, it would be a good one to use. But it's not as adjustable as the other one. You basically have 2-3 adjustments that you can make with the clasp. So it's not my choice, but I have it. This is a leash that I had with my first service dog, Pretty Girl. I bought these patches on Etsy, and I put one on each side of it and sewed them on there because I thought it would help. Maybe it did a little bit. But anyways, this one has a handle, so you can hold it like this, grab each end if you're walking with the dog really close to you, and just hold it like that. Or you can let that down and just hold this end wherever you want. I always carry the excess looped in my hand. And this is what I use for those containers that hold poop bags. I would attach them to there. Like those. But I really don't carry those. I usually carry the bags in my pocket or my purse. These are really good for attaching to the D-rings if you need to attach a water dish or poop bags or something. But I don't recommend attaching them to where the dog is going to carry the weight. So that's what I'm talking about, attaching the water bowls. That's a collapsible water bowl. I have 2 of them. This one is larger. I mostly use it if I'm going to travel and spend the night in a hotel or something. I don't like using it for every day because it bends like that. So if you have a lot of water in it, it's a lot more likely to spill. So I would use that like just if I'm going to a hotel, if I don't want to pack her metal dish. This one is much better because this edge is very rigid. The material is thicker. So once you unfold it, hold on. Okay, so once you expand it, it's pretty good. And you fill it up with water, it's not going to bend in half and spill the water. This is another set of dog tag silencers. Well, a dog tag silencer that I used to use. This collar belonged to my retired service dog who's now passed away. And I put a zip tie on there to hold it on. But this would keep the tags from clanking against each other and making noise. This collar is from Roughwear. It's very sturdy and high quality. So that's my water pick paperwork. I'm just using it to cover up the information on the tag. But this is not a choke collar. This just, you adjust the size on the dog so that it's about that tight when you pull it tight, and when there's no tautness on the leash, then it loosens up. So the collar will be really loose like that when there's no tightness on the leash. There's a certain name for this collar. I can't remember what it is, but I'm sure somebody else will, and you can put it in the comments if you remember what the heck this thing is called. These are boots that I have for Story for hot weather when you have to walk across a hot concrete parking lot for a long distance because you can't get parked close to the door. You have to measure their feet for this. They're from Roughwear, and that's the bag they come in. But you see I marked them with F's for the front paws and R's for the rear paws because the front paws are usually wider than the rear paw. And you have to check their website to get exact measurements for what size to get for your dog. These are safety goggles. I got these when I had my retired service dog because she accompanied me to work, and at the place where I worked, they did drilling with metal, and she would stay up against the wall so she wouldn't walk on the shavings. But I had these on her so that shavings drill pieces would not fly into her eyes. And it comes with a tinted one too. They're from Rex Specs. I think they fit Story. Let me check real quick. Okay, so that's how they wear them. She does not like it at all. She keeps trying to take her face out. But these are not adjusted to the right size for her. But that's how they look when they're on. Poor Story. These fans were for in the car during the summertime. Plugs in to the car lighter, and you can adjust the speed on it, and you can adjust the angle and everything. So I would set this on the console between the two front seats and aim it towards the back seat. So when you first get in the car and it's really hot in there, my dog has some air circulating. This is for in the car. You can put it in the seatbelt, buckle it in. I don't use it that way. I actually wrap it around the part that the seat flips up and locks into. And I put it like that, and then I attach it to Story. Because when I have the seats folded down, there's really no place to buckle it into. But that's just to keep her from getting too much around the car when I'm driving, kind of maintain her in one area. These are lighted collars that I had for the dogs. We'll have for Story. I had an orange one for Story and a green one for Pretty Girl. The batteries are out on this one, but they take like little watch batteries. And that is for when they would go out in the backyard, or when Story goes out in the backyard now in the middle of the night, because I have really bad night vision. So if I step out onto the porch, I can't see where she's at. But if she's got one of these on, then I can see where she's at or which side of the back of the house she's on, so I can call her. I know that I'm looking at her when I call her, and I don't have to yell really loud at 2 o'clock in the morning. These are bells that I hung on the back door because I wanted to teach her to ring the bell when she needs to go outside, because she would never let me know verbally or out loud. She wouldn't bark or anything when she wanted to go outside. She'd just stare at me. So if I'm asleep and she's staring at me, it doesn't really work. But what she does now is if I'm asleep and she wants to go outside, she'll nudge me and then make me look at her, and then she'll stare at me, and then I know what she wants. But I had these hanging on my back door, but I have a little grandson, and he would like to ring them all the time, or they were in such a way that we would bump into them when we were going in and out the door because of the angle of the wall by the door. So I never really did use them, but that's an idea for somebody else that you might want to train your dog. That is a yoga mat I bought at Walmart or Target, and it was much longer, but I cut it in half. And I will use that if I'm going to a dentist appointment or something like that. and I know that Story is going to have to lay on a very hard floor for 2 or 3 hours without moving, I'll put this down just for her comfort. I'll take that with me and lay it down in the corner of the room. I'll use that orange Kurgo adjustable leash. I'll attach that to her, and then I'll adjust that leash to wrap around my ankle. So she'll be attached to my ankle and laying on that mat, and she'll stay there for 2 or 3 hours without getting up. That's a small, very lightweight dog blanket that I got. I don't even remember where I bought it from. But I use that when I go to a restaurant and they have a lot of food or crumbs, or like Texas Roadhouse has a lot of peanut shells on the floor, and I don't want her to have to lay on a whole bunch of peanut shells and get them stuck in her fur or anything or make her uncomfortable. So I will lay this down under a restaurant table for her. Or if I'm going somewhere where she'll have to lay for about an hour or so and it's really cold, I'll lay it on the floor just so she's not laying on the cold floor. Somebody is spoiled, huh? I take good care of you. These are just grooming items. I have a red one. This is a Furminator. I have a red one that's whiter than this one, but I can't find it right now. So this one, I don't think it really works any better than just using a brush. But sometimes I'll get it out. If we're just sitting on the back porch doing nothing, I'll grab this and get it out. She's always got a ton of fur. She sheds like crazy. Okay, training items. I use this to store training treats in. It just pops open and it seals pretty good. That's so that I don't have to keep opening and closing these bags. I'll just dump a bunch of these in there and use that for a while. These are treat bags. I don't really use them anymore, but it's a good idea if you do use them to put a handkerchief or something through them, because when Story, I don't know about your dog, but when Story takes a treat, she gets slobber all over my hand, and I just have to constantly wipe my hand or it'll get all slimy. These are the treats that I'll throw in my purse because they're easy to access with the flip top lid. Let me see if I can get it open like that. Oh, she wants one. Here, I'll give her a couple. Here you go, baby. Good girl. Okay. And then this is a clicker for clicker training. We have not used one of these in forever. I don't even know what she would do. Let me get a treat and try. Okay. All right. Story, sit. Oh, that's a late click. I was trying to get it. Sorry, it was a late click. Okay. Here. I'm going to be stepping on stuff. Okay, Story, lay down. Okay, let me get my clicker ready this time, if I can do it. Okay, Story. Roll over. Roll over. Good girl. That's better, huh? I'm sorry. I'm not a good clicker person. Okay, come here, Story. Come here. Off. Oh, you're going to jump up there? Okay, lay down. You are so sweet. Dang, I forgot to click. Story, off. No, off. Sit. Good girl. Okay, how about this? Story, leash. Leash. Good girl. Good girl. So that's the clicker. So back to treat bags. I have two of them. One is large, one is medium. There's the belts that go with them, and I just really don't use them anymore. But I could use them if I want to go out with somebody, a fellow service dog handler, and work on training. I would use it then, probably. So I just might do that sometime soon. Forgot to include those. I just buy a ton of them because we go through them like crazy. What are you doing? Go through these like crazy. For dog hair, I keep one in my car, in my bedroom, all over the place. That's her raincoat. It's not quite long enough for her, so it doesn't really go over her head and cover her tail at the same time. The part that goes around her waist is too long, so it's hard to get it so I don't have stuff hanging off. Yet at the same time, it's not quite long enough. But I got that at PetSmart. There's really nothing worse than wet dog smell in your car, huh? No offense. I have 3 other head halters that I don't really like as much as the first one. I don't like red. And I don't even know what brand this is, but it's a backup in case I lose my primary, as well as the other ones are backups. One thing I don't like about the red one is that it does not have an attachment to attach to her harness in case she gets it off. So if she would get this off, I would not have a leash on her. There's another one. This one is a Halty. This is a good backup. It will attach to her harness, and then I can attach to it there. But that's a good backup. It's just a little bit thinner than the other one. Not as big. And lastly, I have this one. This is one that her trainer gave me when we were in Colorado. It's kind of pretty, but I don't know why she scratches at this one more, even though it is padded. I think it's because these little hairs get caught in there. Maybe they itch her, but this one does not attach to her harness either. Okay, now do not yell at me. I do not use this in public. It's a flexi leash. The only reason I have this leash is for when it's pouring rain outside and I have to let her out in the backyard. I am not going to take her short leashes and go stand in the rain with her. So I will put that thick padded harness on her and attach her to this flexi leash so she can have a excuse me, I had to cough. She can have a lot of room to use the bathroom, a lot of range to go around the yard. So I never use this when I take her out in public. This is only for the backyard when it's raining outside. Adding a note on the flexi leash because I thought about it when I was watching the video later before I publish it. The reason why I would have her on a flexi leash when I put her outside in the backyard in the rain is because sometimes there might be a section of my yard that's muddy, and that's to keep her from getting in the mud when it's raining and then tracking mud in the house. These are her feeding dishes. The big one is always for the water, little one is for food, and this is just to kind of contain her mess because she can be a sloppy eater sometimes. It's got a little lip on it, so if she gets a spill on there, if she spills any water or anything, then it's somewhat contained. It's not going to hold a lot of water though, just a little bit. This is in my shower. I have this because my shower has access to my bedroom, so when I close my bedroom doors in the middle of the night, she still has access to water. And that is just a little step stool from Target. And because my shower drops off inside, I put it up there because when I had my other service dog, she had a hard time bending over, squatting down or something, so I kind of elevated it, and I just kept it there since then. That's our dog food storage container where we put the dog food. There's a scoop inside. I have my flash on because it's kind of in a dark corner. But that's her scoop and her dog food. It says Pretty Girl on it because I bought this container years ago before Story was even a thought. And she heard the lid and came running. She loves the food. And some of you may have seen these in my other video, but Those are just, sometimes she'll start licking for no reason, and it kind of drives me nuts. So I'll give her one of these so she'll stop licking. And those are dental chews. Those are a different brand than these. I just kind of get whatever is a decent price because she gets one every night. Last but not least is her toy box. It's a flexible one. It's got a lot of toys in it. She loves squeaky toys. The reason we have so many balls is because we buy the balls that squeak, and within a short period of time, probably less than an hour, she's gotten the squeaker to stop squeaking, so we buy more. But if the toy squeaks, she loves it. She loves these things. Anything that squeaks, it's hers. That's her picture from the service dog program that trained her. Pretty cool, huh? So, one more thing, when I was reviewing the clips that I took and arranging them and everything, I noticed that I misspoke on a few of the clips. Like I called a harness her vest. It wasn't a vest, it was a harness. And I made a few other mistakes. And I didn't explain a couple of other things. I can't remember what they were. But if you have any questions or any comments about anything that I said, put it in the comments and I will further explain, or I'll try to look up where I bought something for you and help you to find it if you want that, or I'll correct any mistakes or anything I said that wasn't exactly 100% accurate or right. But I think for the most part, I pretty much captured everything that I use for story.